All right, what's going on, everybody? In my last video, which happens to also be my first video, a lot of people asked me about what plugin I was using in that video. And that plugin is Quokka. It's this right here. So basically what this is like a JavaScript, TypeScript playground, kind of like a scratch pad that you can test JavaScript snippets in. And I'm going to go ahead and show that for you. So once you get this installed, what you want to do is you want to hold Control Shift and hit P, and then type Quokka like this. And you could hit enter or click here and then click JavaScript. And this is going to open up a new file. And basically, you can start console logging out straight to your VS Code right here. Hi, hello. It prints right out. And you could put in variables in here. You can put like any sort of values, 1 + 1 is 2. All right, so we have this object, right? And we want to access different variables, different key value pairs in here of this object, which contains a name, a surname, address, and phone numbers, right? So let's say that we want to grab the first name, right? So this is particularly useful if you're new to JavaScript and you're not sure how to access some of these deeply nested variables within an object. And this will let you play around with it without having to like save and rerun the program. So in this example, I'm just going to get the name. So I'm going to console log this out, if I can type it, and I'm going to go object.name, and it's going to show it's John right there. So what if we want to get his street address? So now we need to go to address and street. So it'll be object.address.street. And there we go. Now, what if we want to access his mobile phone number? So in order to access his mobile phone number, we need to go to this right here, which is an array of 2 objects. So how would we do that? We'd first do object.phone, and then because it's an array, and this is the second element, we have to put a 1 because it's indexed starting with 0, so it's going to be 1. And then there's the mobile phone number, so just type number, and then we get his mobile phone number. So that's one use case, you know, if you're not really familiar with how to access deeply nested key value pairs within an object. This can be useful for you. And let's see, if you wanted to get the home phone number, you could just change this to 0, and that's going to print out his home phone number. Another use case would be string manipulation. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. All right, let's say we have a string that's full of names. And what we want to do is we want to get this into an array. So we want to have each of these names in one element of the array. And then maybe when we want to like sort it or, you know, manipulate it somehow. And this is a common thing in programs, right? You have a lot of data that you just need to manipulate. Sometimes you need to so in this situation, we would separate this out by the commas. That's going to be the delimiter, and the function we're going to use is split. So let's do first. Let's log this out so we can see it in real time. Names dot split. We're going to split on the comma, and then we can instantly see that we got an array of our names, right? And then say we want to sort this in alphabetical order, we can just use the sort function and tag that at the end of this. Sort, and there we go. It's arranged it in alphabetical order. So what else can we do? Let's say that we want to remove an element from the array. For example, maybe we want to remove, let's see, we're going to remove Susan because maybe Susan died. How would we do that? Let's make a new array, and we're going to have it be the array that we got from splitting this by comma. And let's just log out new array. And there we have it. So we're going to say new array dot splice. And let's see, what does this take? It takes, let's go ahead and see, what do we have? So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, and I think that, there we go. Yeah. So as you can see, it removed her. So basically what this is doing is you put the index of the array and how many elements you want to remove. If you want to remove like 2, it's going to take off Susan and Newman. So 3, 2, Susan and Newman are gone. 3, 3 would be Susan, Newman, and Kramer are gone. So there you go. So it's a quick way of just to like play around with, you know, string manipulation, functions, whatever you want to do. And that's basically it. The great thing about Quokka is it lets you test everything out right inside your VS Code without having to go and pull up the terminal and typing node all the time. And it's just fast and efficient. And yeah, I think it's one of the best tools to use with JavaScript.